Alrighty. Today I'm going to speak about the week that was, and for me, this was like a very successful week. Last week, and this isn't by any means like me gloating or being arrogant. It's just giving like a bit of a insight into what I do, how I do it, what I guess, results or achievements or what's kind of going on. Because I don't know, I think the perception of what I do is tricky. I don't know. I don't know what people think and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of want to set not the record straight, but like be clear to what I kind of do, which is essentially rehab. All right, sports rehab. Usually for the active people, sports people, looking to get back. So return to play kind of stuff. So that's probably something I need to be a bit more specific about, so I can tell people. But yeah, it's essentially rehab, return to play rehab, and all that kind of stuff. But the successful week started with starting a bit of a side project, which was today with J Train Athletic, and that's something I want to do for ages. I think James has a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience that needed to be made public. Not to like shout from the rooftops, but I think I find it super interesting. And obviously I'm a little bit more in the know, and I was like, people need to hear this. People need to kind of understand or get a bit of a better idea and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought it's something that I wanted to pursue a little bit more, have a bit of fun with it, something a bit creative, that might add value and something that's productive. But I wanted to specifically talk about 3 clients that I had a lot of success with in 3 different kind of ways. But I won't bore you with the details too much, but it's going to be client 1, 2, 3. I actually saw them on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And client number 1, he is a semi-professional rugby athlete, and he kind of came to me from a recommendation that a previous client, and they're in the same team. Anywho, he kind of come in with originally he tweaked his calf, and this was after like 6 weeks of rehab, and then in the warm up he tweaked his calf, and he was just like, oh, I don't know what to do anymore, or maybe he didn't say that, just making that up to make me sound better. But yeah, he kind of come in and we had a talk, and he just had these like just broke or like all these injuries. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but like several knees, and ankles. But the majority was one bad ankle and one bad knee. And he just couldn't. He was scared to scared to run, scared to hop. And he was almost scared to like strength train a little bit, so he just kind of neglected all those things. Anyways, he saw him on the Monday 2 weeks before, actually, and then we kind of went over some like foot stuff, more assessment stuff, pardon me. And then here's the program. This is what I think it'll work as just a bit of a basic outline. I'm not gonna just smash them with all these different exercises, but if you can nail this, and that's such a good platform. And these are skills and movements that I want you to practice. So a lot of knee bending, a lot of bending at the ankle just to get range of motion and just kind of get that confidence back and getting into these ranges. So come back 2 weeks later, and his calves were fine, which is great. Um, Gave him a lot of like foot drills and like different calf variations that he wasn't used to. Um, but his knee was a little bit still angry. It's like, okay, well, we can address that a little bit more. So we did, and we looked at it. He's just like, it hurts when I bend. But we were able to get into a place where he can bend his knee, no pain. Um, he can get to pogos. He can get to plyo lunges, no pain. And I think that was just a very successful 90 minutes that I was very happy with. Um, just kind of constantly guessing and checking, communicating and trying this and experimenting essentially, that, it all kind of paid off. And I was like, that's a huge win. And I was pretty chuffed with that. So yeah, that was one. Two was a person who just wanted just come back from a huge walk. She just did Kokoda, and just like history of knees and ankles, and very active person, but um, needed just like a strength training program. Um, so we kind of had a look, did an assessment, um, and I had no idea what to expect because I hadn't like done injury or anything like that, but like a little bit of tendonitis. But through our guessing and checking, we were able to kind of figure out that she has a lot of problem creating tension with like in her foot in relation to the floor. So when she like pushes or like stands up or extends like a top of a squat or the top of a deadlift, she doesn't use her foot. She doesn't push into the ground. She just like throws her back or into extension, or brings her knee back into extension. And these are strategies that she's developed to avoid pain in the past. So again, we were able to do a few things. Again, a lot of it in the initial stuff is a lot of guess and check. And kind of building on things. So adding cues, and now try this, now try this, now maybe try it this way, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, it is very tough for the client to deal with that because you're just throwing so much at them. But she did an amazing job, and yeah, it's good. It's good. Just able to kind of figure out you need essentially more internal rotation at the hips to expand your back a little bit more, which will able to use your hips a little bit more. So happy with that, because it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, I just needed like a little bit of help, and I've got just history of all these injuries. So it's like not exactly sure what we're gonna do, but we're gonna figure it out type thing. So I guess it was one of the few sessions that I went in without a plan, so to speak. It was just kind of like go what's in front of me, which I think is good sometimes because you don't have this idea of what you want to do. You kind of just see what's in front of you. So that was really cool, and again, we were able to get some good results. And I think she's on like a good path. And then the last one was for a different reason that I was happy with. This was like a swimmer who's like had a history the last year or so with bad shoulders and gone to physios and chiropractors, and got needling and all these other different manual therapies. And a lot of it was actually a bit of a mental thing where like it was holding her back, this shoulder, the swimming thing, obviously, and just kind of deciding what to do, what events. Swimming has a lot of so many tens and tens of events per year. It's just kind of save my shoulder for this and all that, and which I think was pretty tough on her. But we kind of, now it's the start of a new season, we kind of created expectations Um, and I think this was the really good part that I really like. We're able to communicate our expectations. We're able to communicate both of our responsibilities in regarding, if I do my job and you do your job really well, then there's no reason why we can't get better and better and better. We'll both just do the best we can and both work hard to try and achieve this goal of pain free and like performing insanely well without having to actually think about um, fatigue management or deciding which events to go through with and pull out of. And then when we got to the actual training session, doing a lot of the movements was really good because we just kind of got results almost straight away. Where like, oh, it hurts when I do this, so I will implement this a little bit more. And it's like, okay, each set is getting better and better and better. And we just did a lot of unloaded movement stuff. So stuff that's like insane, not easy, but it's so simple and it's taking a lot of other like elements out of it. Where like we do like a floor movement essentially. We're just kind of rolling internally and externally rotating on the floor. Just so that everything's as relaxed as possible and you kind of minimizing any other quality, strength, speed, and all coordination. Is just like in a relaxed manner do this movement so the muscle doesn't like attach and kind of cling on. But yeah, so able to get really good results, which I was really happy with. And again, three different, I guess, clients and three different ways of success, I guess. And they're still early stages, all of them. So I'll be very excited to see how they go. But that's a bit of an insight into what I do. And it's not funny. I don't know what the word is, but I guess it's interesting. A lot of people do come to me and go, oh, I've tried physio and um, it hasn't worked. And not to, and I'm not saying this, like I said, in an arrogant way, but the physio space is good for some things, and then the physio space is, I guess, restrictive in other things. It's very hard to do plyo lunges or all these like movements with weights, or these big plyometric movements in a tiny little room or a tiny little clinic. So I know a lot of physio clinics have gyms now, which is really good, and I think that is the way forward. And not to say I'm better than any physios. Like I know there's some great physios out there, way smarter than me. But I think it's just like time and place for everything. Like I wouldn't probably take on someone who was just like post surgery or something like that. Because that's not what I do, and I'm not going to try and help someone that I don't think I'm the right job for. But when it comes to the later stage, then I really think what I can offer helps a lot. And what I've kind of picked up the last couple of years um, has kind of really shown that. And again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's like that's I think that's just matter of fact. I'm getting really good results, and that I'm very proud of. So yeah, and that's about it. So I hope that gives people an insight into what I do. And I know I probably didn't go into the detail in regards to the programming side. A lot of what I do is just like a lot of movement stuff and making sure, and again, it's not willy-nilly movement. It's not just these crazy stretch movements. It's like, can things coordinate? Can bones and muscles and sensations all coordinate together to give me the outcome that I want? Whether it's a force thing, a speed thing, a whatever it is, like a strength thing. Can all these things coordinate together to give me what I want? And then because eventually I want to be able to do this, and to do this, I need to make sure I can do all these things first, so I can get back to sprinting and running and changing direction and throwing and all that cool stuff. So yeah. If you're this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, a few more YouTube videos come out that give you a better insight into what I do and how I do it and why I do it. So, thanks for watching.